Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Model Fix. My name's Dan, and today we're going to be fixing. So today we are going to remove this tailgate. So as you've seen in the previous episode, if you haven't, go away and watch that now. But anyway, I did a little intro to this car and it is in quite bad shape. So this boot lid here is quite badly damaged. So you've got a big dent there. The brake light's smashed, although I think it works. And it's raised here in the corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove it first, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okie dokie, so to remove it, it looks like we have to remove this catch, if you want to call it that. Yeah, it is a catch, isn't it? And to remove that, it looks to me like there's a 10mm there and a 10mm there, and that's it. So I'm going to take those two off, and if I see anything else I'll let you know. There's a bunch of clips and plugs that need to be undone, so we'll do that. We will have to swap over the lock, which is there, and the catch will go hand in hand with the lock. So with the lock, it looks like there's two 10mm there as well for the lock, which is quite nice actually. I haven't seen that before, so well done Honda on that one. So yeah, I'm just going to get all this wiring out of the way and the latch and all that stuff, and then we've got to undo those two and those two. Now I think the hinges are straight, so we might be alright, but if they're not, then we might have to change them as well, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Right, I'm just thinking, whilst I'm here, I might as well take the brake light out. And there's all these 8mm in there, as you can see. And some of them are quite rusty, so I'm just going to give it a quick spray with some WD and then buzz that out. When the bolts have gone rusty like that, should I say the nuts, it normally indicates that there's been water seeping through there, or some sort of water ingress has taken place. So, not a good sign. And those seals that normally go around the brake light aren't the best. So, let's see. Hopefully it all comes out alright. That one's come out perfect. That one's come out easy. Yeah, see, that one. Okay. Seems to be okay. Bit tight. Let's see. Yeah, seems to be alright. That one off. Yeah. And crack that one off. Yeah. Okay. So now let's buzz it all out. 100%. Come out now. Yes. Okay. One brake light out. As you can see there, it's still okay. Just broken a bit on the outside. So we might be able to do something with that. is one boot off and on the floor. Okay, so the boot's off. Now, let's turn that away because that's gonna actually switch it off. Right, I think this car was abandoned at some stage under a tree or something, because as you can see, there's a lot of crud everywhere. So I think I'm just gonna have a quick clean up in there and then I'll come back to you. So I'm in the process of cleaning up all of this. So I've used a little brush, a bit of degreaser, and then ultimately a microfiber cloth, and it's coming out very nice. However, this cover over here, I've taken the screw out of there and it just won't come out at all, and I don't want to break it. So if any of you have any idea on how to get that out, do comment below and I'll revisit another day. I've managed to get some of the moss out and stuff, but I've got a feeling there's loads of crud under there. So I would like to remove that if I can without breaking it. As you can see on this side, there's still a bit of moss and stuff there. So I'm just going to undo that screw, lift it up, brush anything out that I can, and then I'll just have to screw it back in for now. But yeah, if anybody knows, please do let me know. Right, I've managed to take this side off, and I weren't wrong, was I? Bloody hell, look at all the crap in there. So I am going to try and figure out how this came out. If it's not too hard, I'll take the other side out and clean it all up, because that is rank. Look at it. That's going to eventually start rotting away if that stays there and gets wet and dry and wet and dry and wet and dry. It'll just sit there and fester. So that needs to be cleaned. Right, I think you will all agree that that's a bit cleaner now. And then this here, this is the part that fits the hole, and I've cleaned that as well with the brush and some degreaser. Run it under the sink for a bit, and that's come out very good. Now, as you can see there seems to be a little pin that sticks out, and I think this bugger here slides over that pin, but the other side is really jammed on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press the other side downwards and then try and pull it out. I wish I did that in real time, because there's all sorts of disgustingness that just came out of there, and as you can see, that's a lot worse than the other side. The way I took it out actually was that I took a long screwdriver, I sort of rammed it under there, and I just forced it like sort of upwards that way, and it popped. But this here wouldn't come out, it just wasn't budging, and that's because of all of this. Look at that, it's disgusting. Anyway, let's clean all that out and put it back together. Right guys, I think you'll all agree that that is a lot cleaner now. It still looks a bit dirty on camera, but it's, I promise you it's not. It's just a little bit of whatever. I have managed to get some of that mold out as well from under there, and I think I will finish doing that off camera. But anyway, this is clean, and this is the trim. Now I think, I'm looking at it now, there's a bit of ooey icky sticky in there. I think there's a bit of double-sided tape or something there. That's why it's a bit difficult to pull it out. The part number, for anyone who wants it, is there. Just going to put all this back together now. It's just one screw, slide it back in, and clean up all of that, and then we'll do the job that we actually came to do. Right guys, time for an update. I have started stripping out the carpets because they are disgusting. Found some interesting stuff actually. Someone did love this car once upon a time, I think, because I found some auto glim at the bottom of the spare wheel stuff, and a buffing pad, and well, interestingly, a grip fill tip, I think it is, and everything seems to be there. The jack, the handle, tow eye, it all seems to be there, which is quite nice. So I'm gonna remove the carpet because I'm thinking I need to change the hinges, because I have got another set of hinges for this, and it did look like the hinge might be a little bit bent, and for the sake of 2 bolts I don't think it's worth skipping that job, so I'm going to do it. But I say 2 bolts, you have to strip everything out, and then the reason I'm taking that out, there's 2 rods that connect the hinges and give them they're springing us. So as you can see there, that rod goes from this hinge all the way across to the other side and clips in, and then vice versa on this side. So there's a springy thing and it goes all the way across and it clamps onto that, and that's what gives it its springy dingy dingy dinginess. So anyway, the way you take these out is there's one nut there, which is a 10mm, as you can see, and then there's a nut behind here, and hence I have to remove all the carpet and the spare tire and everything else, and it's all sort of interlaced, so trying to remove this is a right pain in the bum, and I'm gonna have to remove this carpet to get to it. So I'm gonna do that now. It seems all the clips are missing anyway, and I am gonna have to get into this area to investigate this damage over here. In fact, I'm in two minds whether to actually leave the boot off for now. I might prepare it all, try it, and then take it off again. I don't know, undecided yet. Right guys, so I've removed the carpet, as you can tell, and I've found a bit of a nightmare. So by the looks of it, there's been water creeping into this boot and it's just sat there for months and months. But anyway, that is rotten. So there's a hole here, and that's just insulation there, and there's a hole right there as well, and from underneath I did see that little hole there, and I thought doesn't look too bad, it's quite thick. Optimistic me, as usual, but nah, it's fine, it's fine. What we'll do is we'll remove this sound deadening, scuff it all back, see how bad it is, cut out the bad bits, weld in some new metal, and give it a good coat of paint, and I think it'll be alright. I think they're the two worst bits, the rest of it should be alright. Worst case, I mean, I could just put a big plate in and weld it up, and that'll be alright. What I might have to do actually is make this a separate video, and that's what I am going to do, because I only came here to change the boot, and I found all of this, so you know how it goes. Anyway, I think I'll finish fitting the boot so you guys know how the boot fits, and then I'll come back to this. Right guys, this is my new to me, second hand brand new boot lid, and that brake light I had to buy separately, but it's all nice and it's not broken. This tailgate was clean when I saw the pictures of it, and when it arrived it had these horrible yellow marks on it, but they should rub off them, because I've already tried with a bit of thinners, and then what I'll do is I'll polish it up and it should be okay. There's a tiny bit of damage there. Apart from that, very, very good. Massive improvement on what we had. Right, the lock is literally 2 bolts and it comes straight out. Got a little rubber around it, so it can be a little bit difficult, but you just plonk and out it comes. This is literally 2 bolts, nothing complicated at all. Right guys, the latch is back on. That was just the 2 bolts, and then I just clipped that back in because the wiring loom comes in through here and then through here and then back out and then clips into there. The only thing to be mindful of is the rod needs threading through, and it only goes one way. It's quite self-explanatory, and it comes through that little hole there, and then you just pop it back into the lock and then flip the locky bit around, little catch, and that's it. That's everything done. Latch and lock all swapped over. Oh, one other thing, the rubbers are missing on this boot. I think the previous owner probably fitted a carbon one or something and nicked all the bits off it, which is fine because I have the rubber bits. So to get the rubber bits off, I think they just twist off, as far as I know. No magic to them, and they're adjustable, aren't they? So there you go, and that's that out. So take both of them out and fit them to the new booty. Ugh. Okay, you get it. Right, and that's both rubbers fitted up, and it's all ready to go back on now. Right guys, I've decided to leave this video here because there's a lot more work to be done in that boot. Welding, cutting, replacing, and I didn't want to put the boot lid on in the fear that it would get in the way. So I'm going to leave that off for now, and you'll see in the next episode that I have had to do some other stuff to keep myself busy. So if you want to see lots of panels being replaced, loads of parts being replaced, a new exhaust system, all sorts of exciting stuff, then do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.